Hey guys, another episode of Driving It Home with the Professor. Got two of these in, you should take one out so I can hear it. So what you hear in the background is rain. Hopefully it's not too loud. So driving it home in the driving rain with the Professor. So I've been receiving some questions. I received a few today and I want to try and answer them to the best of my ability. I think I'll just shoot one video per question. Anyway, the first question, and I'll go in reverse order, was from Dave Sulkin. He's a purple belt under Noah Spears Jiu-Jitsu out platoon Jiu-Jitsu out in Bryn Mawr. Noah's a very good friend of mine. Dave has become a good friend and comes to my school a decent amount, every couple months or whenever he's in New Jersey. Active competitor and really passionate about jiu-jitsu. He's a purple belt, and he asked on my Facebook page what I thought about cross training at other schools. And the way I look at cross training is kind of how I look at vacationing. Great places to go and visit, but I always love coming home. So I've been all over the world, and I've been to Rio, I've been to Caracas, Buenos Aires, I've been to Italy, different cities there, different cities throughout Brazil, like I said, Venezuela, Argentina. So I've traveled a decent amount. And as much as I love traveling to those countries and the different cities, I always really enjoyed going back home. And I think that's the same idea people should have when they go visit another academy. Right? I don't think instructors should be worried about students visiting another academy. I don't think it's disloyal. I don't think that you should worry about losing a student to another academy, because if that's the case, then they weren't truly your student anyway. If all it takes is one trip to a new academy, or to just some academy where they may have a friend or someone they've met at a tournament that's invited them, and if all it takes is one trip for them to want to stay there, then maybe you have bigger issues than letting people visit other schools. So I don't think it's disloyal. Do I think you should be doing it all the time? No. I think you should do it frequently, but you need to have a home base. Every once in a while you want to pop in at somebody's school, especially most instructors have friends that own schools. You should be able to go visit them with no problem. And also yourself as a student, if you make friends through jiu-jitsu, through social media, through tournaments, all that good stuff, you should not feel any kind of weird vibe or sensation from your instructor or coaches about visiting anybody's academy. I have one of my students who's lucky enough to travel for his job, and he's visited a lot of academies, and it's always good to hear, hey, what are those guys doing? What are they working on? How are the classes and all that other stuff, so that I could pick his brain, ask him how training went. Is there anything that he thought that was going on over there that we could implement here that would make our school better? So those kinds of things. So I recommend checking out other schools, much like I recommend going on vacations. I've never taken a vacation to any one place where I decided that that's where I wanted to stay. And remember, every place is fun on a vacation, no matter what. And most new academies or new schools that you visit new to you should be a fun experience for you, people to train with. Now, mind you, you're a new face. People are going to want to go hard with you, so expect that. People are going to want to, show, hey, our school is better than yours. So expect that. And remember that the training might be stepped up because you're there, and that could possibly be a good thing if you're getting ready for a tournament or a competition, or you're just kind of trying to test, hey, where's my jiu-jitsu level at compared to this other school that I know is very good. Hopefully the background noise isn't too bad because it's really coming down. Anyway, I recommend checking out other schools. I think it's a good thing. I don't think there's anything that any instructor should be worried about. I actually got to pull over. It's raining pretty good where I can't see too well. All right, it's letting up now. Anyway, so definitely go check it out. Always offer to pay a mat fee. If the host is gracious enough to not charge you a mat fee, try and buy a piece of apparel. Be respectful when you're there. Find out if there's any rules at that academy that you need to abide by that may not be going on at your academy. Some instructors like to be called something, you know, master this or professor that or sir, or some guys are pretty informal or gals are pretty informal. So I would say visit schools because you want to visit them, not because you have to visit them, right? So me as an instructor, I want my students never to feel like, wow, I got to go to this other place to get good training, right? I got to check this school out to get good training. No, they're checking this school out to get different training so that they can come back and say, hey, I was going with these guys. We'll just use Dave's school at Platoon, and they're doing X, Y, and Z, and I've never encountered this. And, you know, how can we, you know, how do I deal with it? Or, hey, that back take that you taught us is really working well. I was using it against guys that had never seen it, and I don't train with me, and I was able to use it. So use it as a part of your training. Don't, you know, obviously, don't go around hopping from school to school every week. You're going to check out a new school. You know, I think every couple months, not a bad idea to check out a school. Make sure your instructor's cool with it. My students know that I'm good with it. They'll ask me, hey, what school can I go check out? I'm going to be in this area, so forth and so on. And a lot of places, you know, as instructors, we have friends that are there. If you have an instructor that's weird about it, man, you know, that's just not my scene. You got to deal with that, with how you best need to deal with it. But, you know, that instructor, that's their deal. So that answers Dave Sulkin's question on how I feel about kind of cross-training at other schools. Like I said, Dave comes to my school somewhat regularly when we have team trainings and that kind of thing. And I have an open door policy to anybody from anywhere. They could always come to my school and train. So it's not a big deal for me. Thank you for the question, Dave. And remember, guys, Professor Perazzo on YouTube, Team NJMA on Twitter. You can find me by my name, Marco Perazzo, on Facebook. And if you have any questions, you can put them on there. Guys, really appreciate it. Hopefully this rain lets up. Have a good day.